Good late morning, YouTube. Oh, I got out like I was drunk. Yeah. Yeah. I've greased that lock right there. I don't know. What? You know what's happening is this thing is, well, the striker from slamming the door so much is pushed in. See how it used to be right here? Now it's moved over. Also, this whole structure right here is all routed out. That's why when you hear me get up, that's what that sound is. See, look at the floor. Totally routed out. And look at the wall right here. When I go open the door, look. Look. I mean the whole thing. Look up here. Okay, so since that whole structure is all routed out right there, when the ground is uneven, it causes the structure to twist. See how it doesn't line up? See how it doesn't line up? See how there's a drop right there? So you gotta kind of lift up on the door a little bit as you're closing it. So you kind of grab down here and sort of lift up at the same time to get it to close. And even that is not successful. So there's, see? Worn out. I mean, it's got 500 and God, there's always crap on the dashboard. So it's got 514,000 miles, 514,833 miles. So that's over 500,000 miles on this. Not even routed out otherwise, other than right there, which is very strange. It must have like sat somewhere for a long while with the window down or something. You know, for the floor to be routed out, because the rest of the truck doesn't. I mean, there's a route out right there, and this side is almost as badly rusted out at the bottom as the other side, but the fenders aren't rusted or nothing. It's amazing. It's frustrating at the same time, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the bed or something else had rust in it, or even the doors, or the fenders, something other than, you know, the door sill. That's annoying. Oh, wine cooler. Oh, electric motor, which they're not really worth anything more than shred really now. So he throws it on the ground. We want it to levitate. Oh, I scrapped my burn barrel. That was kind of a dumb move. Should have kept it. What will be the random thumbnail? Will it be this? The YouTube random thumbnail generator seems, for some reason, seems to like the tailgate on this truck. Let's deliberately. I don't understand the algorithm. I do know. I have noticed if there's people in the in the video, like at a certain point, it will hold that image. But for some reason, it likes this. Okay, so I'll hold it there like that for. Okay. Now let's. Oh, I noticed what it likes even more is. What I would like even more is for the gate to close. My shadow isn't the one. Like, the angle of the sun, I can't get it. Kingdom, that's a sign of true boredom. You're screwing with. You can get a thumbnail. There's another thing. That's along with the monetizing of the channel. My daughter has made me aware that there's thumbnail makers. There's apps and stuff like that, but I use an iPhone to make these videos. I don't have a computer, so editing and all that complicated crap, complicated to me, is out of the question. Not gonna happen. I mean, sure it would if I was like making a couple $1,000s a month off of YouTube. Yeah, well then I would take that money and reinvest it for sure, you know what I mean? But if I'm not making anything off of it, well, look, it's free entertainment, which I do try to improve on every day. I had this one video I put out the other day, and it was atrocious. I almost think that I shouldn't have uploaded it, but once I uploaded it, I'm like, how the heck with it? Just let it be. Like the Beatles song, let it be. Just let it be. Let it be. I don't know if that song means fuck it, like let it be, or don't get worked up over something. I don't know. I take it as like fuck it, leave it. That's what I take the meaning to be. Let it be. Just leave it alone. Kingdom, use 2 hands. Okay. So much more scrap is scrapped off of camera. You have no idea. Where 2 hands are being used. Trust me. This is me chilling for a little bit. Because see where that sun's at right now? It's just barely halfway up in the sky. It's going to go all the way down and around and behind the trees by the time the day is done. So, I'm also going to be working at least that long today. Probably well into the evening, when the moon comes up, and it's up all the way about there. So, multiple times throughout the day, I take breaks. And I work like I do, which doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Why wouldn't you just get done what you need to get done, and you can go home and relax? You can't go home and relax. I can't relax anyway. Not the way that people are talking about, like have some beers, and nah, I'm cool. Because then my head starts thinking about all the stuff that really needs to be done. To make life better for my family. I'm not some multi-millionaire douchebag CEO of something. I've got this. This is pretty. I'm a freaking poor man. This is essentially my wealth. Sure, it's a lot more than a lot of people have. But well, yeah, if you took it to the junkyard, you wouldn't have. I agree with those statements. You're just a hoarder. Yes, this is a form of hoarding. It really is. Of course, what the hell am I going to do with it right now? Today. The scrapyard is closed right now. What am I supposed to do with it? You could be breaking down your scrap. Well, I'm not a micro scrapper, so you're not going to see me breaking down. You're not going to see me breaking that stove down. That's for dang sure. The amount of time involved in breaking this thing down for the tidbits I might find inside, I could find God knows what out there on the road. There might be a whole bucket of copper. Think about this. And the chances are reasonable. There might be a bucket of faucets or copper or some nice tools or air compressor, something, right? That I could use. Instead of like taking that apart for 25 cents. How hard are you willing to work for another quarter or $1? That's what a lot of micro scrappers don't take into account. How hard are you willing? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Well, what would you do for a quarter? I could get more than a quarter's worth of... Yeah, okay. I don't think so. Inside there might be 35 cents worth of aluminum and $1 worth of brass tops. Okay. I've been doing this for years, and unless steel is like at like $5 a ton, if steel was $5 a ton, you would suddenly see me eating my words, and I would be taking that apart. I'd be leaving the scrap pile up, and I'd be taking the valuable stuff out. Then everything would change, okay? You wouldn't hear me saying it's not worth it. Because suddenly now, getting the cord off, which I already do anyway, but getting this piece of aluminum right here suddenly would become a thing. Okay, so we have two of these now. This one had diesel exhaust fluid in it, and this one had synthetic 15W40 oil in it, which is bone dry. There's nothing in it. It's totally empty. I don't even know if there was oil in it. Could be that there was nothing in there ever, really. Weird. I didn't notice anything in there. I gotta get that out of there. Oh yeah, somebody commented to me about, because I left this thing in here last night. That refrigerator. I'm like, I'm gonna leave it on the truck. I'm gonna go to the yard tomorrow. I'm gonna leave it on the truck. I'll go around and find some more stuff. And sure enough, I found that. Let me get this. Found that lovely pear right here. I was gonna make another video, but I was uploading. I was gonna make a video of me picking these bad boys up right here. These are heavy. Maytag, matching pear. I was gonna title it "Nice Pear." Ha 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 ha. That's a nice 400-pound pear right there. Oh, almost a quarter ton. They definitely don't make them that heavy anymore. Kingdom, just climb up there and get it. You know what? I'm half tempted to do that, but I think I'm good. I'm better off not. There's a channel called Junior Scrapper, and he's attempting to offer a homeless guy or a beggar dude a job, or help him out with shit or something. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Because the beggar guy is holding a sign. This guy lives in New York, not New York City, but I don't know, probably upstate New York. He's offering this guy, a chance to help him, like, I don't know, load scrap or cut his grass or some bullshit like that. Like, he got a sign that says "We'll work for food." But all the guy really wants is wants to just head off to the liquor store as soon as he's got a few bucks. Woo! Hit that middle board hard. That wasn't good. I'm saying the guy just needs a 32-ounce bottle of medicine to kill the pain. Because my claim for all humans is we're all trying to escape the unbearable lightness of being. Because just being is unbearable. And we all use different tools to make our existence bearable. Whether it's distracting ourselves with entertainment or distracting ourselves with pointless exercises and jobs, tidying things up. Yes, things do need to be tidied up to make them livable, but I mean, going the OCD route to the point of like somebody suggested that on my channel suggested that I'm concerned about your daughters and your use of foul language or something like that, your behavior. Did you ever check into meds? Yes, when I was a kid, I was on meds, and that stuff's garbage, man. Especially for a lot of people. I mean, look what it did to those kids from Columbine, etc. All these, these shoot 'em up kids that shoot up their schools. They're all on antidepressants and stuff for OCD and all this other crap. It's supposed to make you, normal and fit in. And it fucks with the chi, in the brain, because the stuff is, I'll just cut to the chase. The medicine is supposed to make you fit in. Behavioral wise, it's supposed to make you act and behave in a more socially responsible way or whatever. And it doesn't work on many kids. I'm not going to make the crazy claim that it doesn't work at all. I'm sure there's some examples that could be given where it has worked, but for a lot of people, you're playing with fire there. That's where you get all these crazy kids that shoot up the schools. Is every single one of them has been on meds, and me, I have Asperger's, so you're not going to medicate that away. It's not going to go away. I'm still going to be quirky and weird. That's not going to go away. Yes, it'll help with ADHD. And I remember being on the meds, and I had, like, for instance, I could suddenly color quite a bit better. Not perfect, but I could stay in the lines a little bit better. Not perfect, I mean, you know, still over, but, and it was strangely not interesting to me, but I could stay on the boring task a little bit longer. I would still get bored with it and put it away, but it wasn't like, all right, I'm done. Well, whoa, look at the bird. You know what I mean? I'm being extreme with that example too, but yeah. But I would get migraines and stuff like that from that stuff. So sure, I could stay in the line. I get fierce migraines, like, you know, and they would change the medication level and up and down and play with other. Nah, trust me, it was like, to me, in my brain, it was like somebody opened up the computer and decided to take a screwdriver and put it across the circuit board. It was like you could feel like your mind and your drive and everything like that shorting out. I was like, I think that's what causes the migraines, is like you get this like feeling of like you want to go and do all the things you want to go do, but you're suddenly not so, you're like, your ADHD is suddenly into like, oh, let me take care of that. And then it's like it slows down your, I don't know. Yeah, you're all over the place still, but you're not really all over the place, because people will be like, could you take care of these white spots? And I just remember, for me, I would not only take care of this white spot and get rid of that, I'd get rid of the next white spot and the next white spot. Gone. And that one would go on. And about 3 hours later, 99% of the white spots were gone. But remind you now, 3 hours later, because I was so focused and intent on getting rid of. Well, that's where therapy comes in, Kingdom. I tell you not to spend so much time, but to, now, I'd love life to improve, but trust me, that's not an improvement. It's like more problems than you're fixing. So you're fixing like broken, and our society is considered broken, with something even worse. Nah, I don't think that's going to make a lot of sense to everybody, so I did my best. I'll keep trying every now and then. I think what the medication really is it's for the other people to have to endure your existence. The medication really isn't so much for you and your benefit, it's to benefit. Oh, that sounds paranoid, that's the worst claim ever. No, I claim that the medication, you're a paranoid, Kingdom. No, that's just my claim. I think I'm onto something there. I think my claim is that the medication really benefits mostly the people that have to endure your existence. You become more tolerable. You don't necessarily become very pleasant, okay, because for me, I'm going around the house now, oh, the migraine is so unbelievable. So, okay, so having having somebody going around the house with a major migraine where you feel like throwing up, just laying down. Well, you're not bouncing off the wall anymore, and you're not into everything. You're not lighting off a pack of firecrackers and then starting a fire in a tin can, and then running up and down the alley, and then riding a bike, and then jumping off of it, and letting it crash into the neighbor's garage door. And, that's like shit that I would do when I was a kid. I had this old lady bike that I found. I've been finding crap forever. I had this old lady bike that had baskets like in the front and like on the side, and I remember I stuffed all the baskets with firecrackers and newspaper, and I set it all on fire, and I wrote, look, the Amazing Hob does that shit to this day, okay? They get a burn blanket, and he sets himself on fire, so, alright, and he's freaking 31 years old, alright? Me, I'm a kid, and I got this old lady bike, and I set it all on fire, and I'm riding it down the alley, and then once it got to a certain point, I jumped off of it, and the bike was ghost riding, so it was still staying upright, and then the front wheel started wobbling a little bit because obviously there's nobody on it to balance it, and firecrackers are going off, and there's like little flaming bits flying everywhere, and hey, it was fun, right? I thought it was fun. I had fun. And then, it ends up crashing into a neighbor's garage door, and it's laying on its side, and it's still exploding, and firecrackers going off, and those little witch whistle things are going I should actually do something like that as an example, maybe back here one of these days. Reliving childhood. But this was in Chicago, okay, so which has alleys, and out where I live now, there's not alleys so much. I mean, some places have alleys, but not everywhere. Not where I live, anyway. So that's the end of that story, and see you at the curbside.